Hello, hello, I'm Squallcasting. This is StarCraft 2. In this match, we've got, it's Gosu Ostojiy. I think I said that right, Ostojiy. And going up against Startel Curious? No, it's actually Bomber, I promise. That's how the replay was titled. It could be that Bomber just didn't have a North American StarCraft 2 account, so he is borrowing Curious's account, because Curious is a teammate. So Ostojiy here, he is a Canadian player. He is part of Team It's Gosu. He has not yet had any significant tournament success that I was able to find, but he has taken games off some really good players such as Puma. So definitely has potential, but as of yet largely unproven. Bomber, of course, is a Korean player. He got first place at MLG Riley in 2011. He's had a number of other notable tournament appearances with, second, third places, that kind of thing, but hasn't had, a crazy amount of success. He did pull off an all-kill in a team league, destroying 100% of OGS. And all-kills are pretty hard, so that's impressive, no question. So this will be a TVZ. This is a matchup I've really been watching a lot, just because of, well, it's going to evolve, there's no question. Now that Queens have 5 range, the very, very standard Hellion opener, it's just not as viable as it used to be. It's still good, it still gets you map control and vision and all those kinds of things, but it's just not guaranteed creep tumor kills or Zergling drone kills or anything like that anymore, because Queens are so good against Hellions now. So I'm very interested to see how Terrans are going to respond to that. Are they going to move back more towards Bio in the early game? Are they maybe going to start just skipping Hellions and maybe moving back into Tank Marine, which admittedly is still something we see in TVZ. It kind of went out of style a little bit for a little while, but it's still been around. It's still pretty solid. So it should be interesting. So let's bring out that production tab. Ostojiy is making a spawning pool. You guys have hatchery. This was hatch first, I do believe, based on the build times. And Curious, or excuse me, Bomber. That's gonna mess me up all day long. He is also expanding. 1 Rax Gasos FE. Pretty darn standard. So they are on cross spawns on this map, so as far from each other as possible in terms of both ground and air distances. And look at how fast Overlords move. I know that patch was like 3 weeks ago, but I still enjoy it. They move quite a bit faster, which is awesome, just for getting that early game intel and just allowing you to get all your Overlords in position and spread out just a little bit faster. So Bomber is adding on 2 more barracks. Has not yet gotten any gas at all. That's a little bit odd. And he's letting his minerals get a bit high, so I wonder if we're going to see a 3rd command center in base and turn that into an orbital? Maybe, maybe not. I feel like that's why he's saving it up. I don't see any other reason for him doing that. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, that's kind of cool. Now, this is greedy, but 1 Rax Gasos openers are really safe against most anything that will come at you. As, if you sense there's any aggression coming, you just throw down a bunker, maybe 2, and then with, lots of SCVs repairing, you're generally pretty safe. And in all likelihood, he will not float this to the 3rd immediately. Instead, he will make it into an orbital, and then just use it for additional mules and SCV production. And it just lets the Terran get a little bit further ahead economically, without even really taking that large of a risk. And yeah, there goes the bunker, so just going to stay nice and safe and just continuing to wall his front. Would be interesting to see if he continues to wall over here just in case those rocks go down, but I don't think he'll do that. So let's see here, Ostojiy is getting a macro hatch in base. He does have 2 gases up, 3 drones apiece. Getting Zergling speed. And an Evo Chamber. Okay. I've not yet gotten a Roach one or anything like that. Roach is not crazily common versus Terran. Although I think you still see them early game a fair bit, just because they lend a lot of stability and durability to your early game army. But if I had to hazard a guess, Ostojiy is probably going to go up to Ling Infester. That's been a very common build lately against Terran opponents, and then you eventually get to Ultras. And then you just rely on having good fungal control. Get fungals down on the units you want to kill, and then Zerglings and Ultras just get in their faces and just kind of kill everything. Is he getting in that phase? Yeah, so he's getting 1 melee, 1 armor, so this definitely looks like the Ling Infester build. Bomber, on the other hand, getting 2 engineering bays as well, so definitely going to be going for a bio build. And yeah, you wouldn't make 3 barracks and then go 100% mech. That just wouldn't make sense, so. And look at this, like 8 minutes in the game and he already has this many Marines, even though he got that, that 3rd command center very fast, so just a nice stable opener and very macro-oriented. Even more barracks going down. Hasn't even yet started his factory. I imagine he'll start that before too much longer, because you do definitely want to add medevacs to this army quite soon. Ostojiy is taking his 3rd now, getting that creep shred going quite nicely. I do like that. Yes, okay. Just double checking that this was indeed post-patch, because my memory is hazy on when exactly the Red Bull land happened and when exactly that balance change occurred. We've got some Lings poking at the front, just kind of checking out things, but they do see that there's a full wall and that there's a lot of Marines there ready to shoot them in the face. And Zerglings just aren't fans of having bullets embedded into their face. And I feel that's kind of a universal thing. Nobody really enjoys bullets in their face, so I feel that's very legitimate for the Zerglings. I'm not sure why I'm talking about that. Anyways, let's take a look here. So yeah, Bomber finally getting his factory. Personally, I would have liked to have seen that a little bit sooner, as, well, if he starts the armory right now, he might be able to continue upgrades just fine. Hopefully he'll plop that down soon. Well, Starport's happening next. Could be he's just, oh, there it is. Perfect. Actually, let's see how well timed out this is. So the armory finishes in 50 in-game seconds. Yeah, that times out quite nicely. He'll have to wait a few seconds for the armory, but nothing's huge, so all my fears about the factory being late, totally unfounded. Its lateness will only delay his upgrade very, very minorly. What's Ostojiy working on? So he is getting Baneling speed. So we're going to add Banelings into the mix, and that really makes sense to me versus Terran. Just because, you know, anytime Marines are the backbone of your army, when you know, like when you've got 4 reactors on barracks, you want Banelings. So Ostojiy gets in there, slows down the expansion just for a tiny bit, but then gets on out of there, as there's quite a few Marines there to repel things. And looks like he might be gearing up for some aggression. This has kind of groups of Lings scattered across the map. Where is Infested? I feel okay. So it'll be coming pretty soon. Okay, yeah, I was just waiting for the pathogen glands to get past that halfway mark and then start making these infestors. And that way his first infestors do have the bonus energy and are able to fungal immediately. I remember when High Templar had that upgrade too. That was a little bit silly. You could just warp in a High Templar and then instantly storm. Yeah, it was probably just a little bit too good, especially from a harassment point of view. Just warping in a High Templar off of a warp prison next to a mineral line, then just storming the mineral line. Oh, so good. So yeah, both players are playing very passively. Bomber adding on even more barracks, just going so bio heavy. Has thrown out a single missile turret here just to keep watch for infestors, and yeah, Bomber just really doing that turtling style, throwing down a bunker. Ostojiy continuing to check around. I don't think he wants to go into that. Okay, gets the bunker, gets an SCV, lost 3 Zerglings? Whatever. He didn't lose all of them, so it's okay. Yep, he does have some infestors out now, taking both attractions in this expansion and taking this expansion too. Definitely seems like he's gotten a sense that Bomber is playing very, very turtly, and so is just expanding more himself, which is definitely a good decision. If your opponent's playing in a very defensive style, take more advantage. That's a good idea. Zerglings surging on in and kind of getting more Marine kills than I feel they should have. And not quite sure why he decided to do that. Oh, hatchery here might go down. Cancels it just in time. does lose the drone, and these Marines are going to stim down the ramp and try to damage this too. Fine Callers will finish just barely in time, but only one is in range, and that Queen might go down. Nope, never mind. Banelings come from behind. The Marines let out a cry of, "They came from behind!" and then exploded into a mass of green goo. Oh, classic Star Wars lines. I love them. So, let's see if Ostojiy decides to expand there again. His creep shot is getting pretty good. So he will have vision of a lot of the map, but, you know, it's kind of hard to see these medevacs coming in. Unless they go right past the Overlord. Is he going to see that? I think he will. Yep, does see the medevacs. Hopefully he's paying attention to the minimap. Yes, he is. Swinging all of his units back so that way he can defend this drop. And, yeah, it looks like his units will arrive in time. Bomber going to unload all his medevacs up there rather than doing it behind the mineral line or anything like that. And Zergling's going just a little bit too soon, I feel. He should have held back and waited for his infestors so that way he could fungal the medevacs and kill them. But, oh, wow. Big fungal there, killing a ton of Marines. This one infestor has 9 kills. And what's this? A Raven? What is this? Does anyone understand what this thing is? Apparently, it's an auto turret. What's an auto turret? Aw. Well, this is very cool. If you've watched any of my other videos, you might remember me talking about how I really wish that... oh, Nidus one. I really wish that Terrans would use Ravens a bit more in matchup to kind of figure out how to use them. And yeah, that Nidus won't finish, but at the very least forces a reaction out of Bomber. So, yeah, well, it'll be cool to see where he goes with this. It does look like he's researched Seeker Missile. As that is just grayed out for not having enough energy. And whoa, another Nidus comes in, taking out the main. They get the command center of the refineries. Gonna get the army as well. But that will not stop the upgrades that are already underway. We'll see. Oh, wow, those Marines just got getting caught up against the wall. But now they have a very, very nice choke point to hold back those ultras. And Ostojiy gonna probably fall back to that Nidus Worm or keep the aggression on. Wow, I don't know about that. These infestors are out of energy, so they can't pin down the bile to let the ultras get in. But it looks like he just wants to continue this aggression. Oh, here we go, Seeker Missiles! Oh, it doesn't quite kill it, but that is so weak now. It looks like we might see another Seeker Missile. Yep, there we go. They get one infestor. The remaining infestors so heavily down. Here comes another Seeker Missile. Boom! Down go 2 more infestors. Marines stem forward and pick off the Nidus Worm. Oh, that is fantastic, Bomber. Thank you so much for using Ravens. I have been waiting all my life to see Raven usage in a matchup. And yeah, there go the Ultras. Without the infestor support, they just can't quite deal with Bio. Because the Bio will just kite all day long, and it is not yet part of the Swarm. Where the Ultras can burrow underground, then explode up out of the ground, and apparently deal like tons of AoE damage, instantly killing Marines. That's what they showed in the video. If you haven't seen the video, I'll put a link in the description, but Blizzard released it right when the MLG event this last weekend occurred, which took up way too much of my time. But, oh wow, another Nidus Worm here. I love seeing this. Nidus Worms are so good for getting around those static defenses that Terrans like putting up. Fantastic. And actually, one thing I'd love to see him do is bring out a Queen. Oh, he loaded up a Queen. Yep. Put down some creep tumors. And yeah, this expansion will not go down anytime soon if he does that. And it will force Bomber to bring Ravens over. I was going to say scam, but there's Ravens, so that's going to be fine. And oh no, Ostojiy unloading units right into the line of fire. Hopefully he will stop that and rescue all those units. Secret Missile hits the infestor, but did not quite kill it, I don't think. I can't find it. Did it die? The explosion went off, but both infestors that were shown there had full health. Oh look, another Nidus Worm. Isn't this fantastic? Bomber forced to lift up that Expo, and Ostojiy is continuing to be very aggressive, taking out reactors, taking out starports, and Bomber is just forced to run around a lot to deal with this. Now that said, Ostojiy is not macroing the best behind this, as he is below, down in supply, and has a ton of minerals banked up. But yeah, there we go. Nice big flood of Zerglings, and ultras, I'm gonna start using up some of that, some of those resources. So lots of action going on. Bomber hasn't even taken out these creep tumors yet, and Ostojiy should continue to expand them. I love seeing this. Yeah. So both players just kind of taking a breather, not fighting. A bunker explodes. The Marines that were inside of it are apparently unscathed, even though the building around them went up in flames and exploded. And yeah, Bomber definitely looks like he's in a little bit of a pickle. He definitely still has some mining operations, but we got another Nidus Worm flooding in here. They killed something, I'm not sure what. Or that was a Seeker missile taking out a whole bunch of stuff. Let's check how many kills these Ravens have, as that is quite a few Ravens. And, okay, one has 8. Wow, that's pretty cool. And yeah, Burrow's not going to do that much when there's this many Ravens overhead. He has backup scan, or... That sentence didn't work. He has backup detection for his detection. There we go. But Ostojiy is just continuing to expand. We've got another group of units here. How did those get in there? Why are they just sitting there? Is there... Oh, there's a Nidus Worm hiding behind the Ultras. There we go. And here we go. Ostojiy going to try to take out some more production here. Could get a lot of stuff. Bomber's really out of position. And Bomber looks like he might just go for it. He's pushing up the middle, but not advancing that fast. And Ostojiy just deciding to trundle past all the barracks. I don't know. He should have killed these. That is the backbone of Bomber's production right now. He has 2 barracks down here, but that's it. And given how long Bomber is taking to respond, he could have literally killed all those barracks. And Bomber would have had to spend quite a while rebuilding it and all the associated add-ons. But instead, Ostojiy wants to deal economic damage. Even though his base is almost dead, Bomber doesn't even have time to lift that up. Those Ultras deal tons of damage. But more Ravens sending off the Seeker missiles. And while Seeker missiles are pretty awesome, they're really bad against Ultras. Because Ultras just have so much health. But this is really cool though, because traditionally Zerg does not have that much anti-air. In fact, with this particular build, the only anti-air you really have are in your infestors. And you have to spend energy in order to utilize that anti-air. And so Ravens can really just kind of cruise around the Zerg army pretty much unimpeded. Is that a word, unimpeded? Or, yeah, because like to impede something is to slow it down. Unimpeded would be the opposite of that. Yes, the English language, isn't it glorious? As expansion does get picked off, Ostojiy does lose a handful of drones that transfer down there. But he still has a pretty significant bank, continuing to produce stuff out. Would love to see him Nidus here, kill that creep tumor, and then just take this base and do the same over here. You know, because... I mean, I guess Bomber does have those Ravens to attack them with, and he does... yeah, he does have medevac, so... never mind, that would actually be a terrible idea, because the medevac would just go and drop and instantly kill it. Another Nidus Worm going down. Those infestors all trapped out in the open, that is awful. Did he manage to land some infested tanks on there? Still a lot of SCVs there, so it looks like none died. And yeah, both players just not really able to deal any sort of killing blow to each other. Or rather, I should say, Ostojiy not able to deal killing blow to Bomber. But he is able to make Broodlords now. Ling Infestor Ultra Broodlord. Can you think of a more anti-ground army than that? That is about as anti-ground as it gets. And the job does clear up that base. Ostojiy just kind of spam building and canceling it to keep the drone alive. Does manage to keep it safe. And is he saving up resources to try to get some broods or something? No, he's still adding on more Ultras. These Corruptors could just be a response to the Ravens, just so we can pick off some of the Ravens. Yeah. Now, the thing about Ravens is, since they do build up energy continuously, once you get enough of them, you can kind of use spells like almost non-stop in battles, and you'll just, yeah. Pungo's going down, pinning down a lot of Ravens. Oh, Seeker missiles go in! Run, Corruptors, run! No, do not stop. Whatever you do, don't stop moving! Oh my goodness! Oh, loses 2 more, because he stopped for half a second. But how many Ravens did he lose? I want to try to find Bomber's Raven group. Still has 9. So I think he lost 2 or 3 before all those Seeker missiles forced the Corruptors away. And, this is looking a bit difficult for Ostojiy, because the position that Bomber is in is the I will never die no matter what. I mean, look, 3 bunkers there, another command center, that'll probably be a planetary fortress, PF here, bunker there, missile turret here. You know, like, what can Ostojiy do to break this? More Seeker missiles go down, the Ultras, and oh no, the Queen's out in the middle, and that, oh, run Infester. That's actually pretty hilarious. That missile just wasn't quite able to connect. And Ostojiy bringing some Queens up to the front for uses. Another Nidus goes down, but Bomber knows about this now. He knows that this is what Ostojiy is trying. And at this point, I don't think the Niduses will really be able to accomplish all that much. And Bomber's actually going to just go and expand here, and sending a single Raven to drop an auto turret to kill off that creep trimmer. So, yeah, like, I don't think Bomber would be able to kill Ostojiy at this point, just because Ostojiy has so many resources, but neither can Ostojiy actually kill Bomber. I would like to see Ostojiy maybe try to switch into Broodlords, but the thing is, Broodlords are so slow, so Seeker missiles would just murder them. Seeker missiles are now the counter to everything Zerg does, apparently. Oh, man. And it's not like he went, like, 100% Ravens. He just added a few into his army, and you can see how much burst damage potential it adds. Like, it's like having High Templar for Karen. Look at how much damage those Zerglings took. It took out a bunch, too. Wow. There go a bunch of Corruptors. I would love to see Bomber actually repair those Ravens. They're really low on health, and those are expensive units. You shouldn't let those die. Attach 1-2 SCVs to your army, group them in with your Ravens, put them on auto repair, and that way your Ravens will get repaired after battles. Big engagement here, but the Lynx just not able to connect, and Bomber seems content to just run away. Okay, there were a lot of imposters there. Oh, Ostojiy could get some really good fungals on those Ravens. Nope, not quite in range to do so. Once again, both players kind of sitting back. Bomber just suiciding against some SCVs. I want more supply here. Take some sacrificial SCVs. And, you know, at this point, that's really not a bad idea. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 orbitals. Yeah, no, SCVs are redundant and not worth it at all at this point. He can just mule all day long. But another big attack going into here. Ravens just sitting at the vanguard, but once again, they're so low on health. A single fungal will kill all of those. But, oh, the attack coming from behind. I didn't notice that. Battle cruisers, what? What is this? The more fungals going down, and Bomber is losing a lot of his units. And wow, he's rather low on money now. And while Ostojiy did give up a lot taking that out, he's able to remax instantly, and now all those Ravens went down. So it looks like Bomber making a bit of a blunder in attacking into that. And, what are the income levels looking like? Okay, well, they're both really low. But Ostojiy does still have a pretty healthy bank, and yeah, lots of mules there now to just get that mining going again. Turning that into a PF so it can defend itself. Looks like the creep tumor there got taken out as well, so, yeah, Bomber is going to also take that. And yeah, that awkward phase where no one can kill anyone, apparently. Very much a standoff position. Kind of weird to see in a TVZ. Like, I'm used to seeing TVPs that go to the super late game last for a really long time, but I don't know. This feels a bit odd to me, but anyway, so, wow, ship-level weapons 3 and armor 3 coming up now. Because apparently Bomber's just going to go battle cruisers now. It does have 2, check the count, 3 up, adding on some Vikings. So it could be he's anticipating a Broodlord switch, or just wants to be able to deal with those Corruptors. And looks like we got a bit of a drop coming, because Ostojiy probably has every kind of tech available to him now. And, oh, nice, Ostojiy dropping the creep, denying that command center, very good. And, yeah, it looks like we got a lane drop going into here. Might be able to take out some of these orbitals. That's a lot of orbitals. My goodness. Does he know about this? Yeah, so there is a Nidus coming here, apparently out of the range of that planetary. Wow. Planetaries have short range, man. And yep, Ling's dropping in here, gonna deal some damage. Do they have adrenal glands? Yes, they do. That's fantastic. Nidus Worm finishes up, but apparently doesn't have anything in it. And, gonna be a bit of a standoff here. Ultra, oh gosh, that Ultra is really upset right now because he unloaded into the worst spot ever. But Lings are ravaging this base here. They do burrow, but how much is that going to do in the Ravens? Yep, exactly nothing. But Ostojiy does manage to take out that base, and that's a lot of dead mules. And we'll just retreat into there and head on home. The Viking's going to come on over, but I don't think they're going to land and try to take out the Ultras, as I'm pretty sure that would be the worst decision ever. And Ostojiy now taking this base. That said, if Bomber does decide to drop that, there won't be a lot he can do. I mean, he does have 2 Squallcasters there and a Spine, but yeah. Viking coming down here to do a bit of harassment, taking out the Overlord, but Squallcasters repelling them. But going forward once more and running straight into a whole bunch of Corruptors. Lots of corruption going down, lots of Corruptor Parasite Spore. Okay, that's interesting. Whole bunch of Yamata Blasts going down, taking out several Corruptors. And the Corruptor's running away. Oh, interesting. I do feel like he'd have enough to take this out, but he is only 2-1, and all these units are 3-3, actually. Wow, that makes an enormous difference. Look how slow that Battlecruiser is dying, even though Corruptors are really good against Battlecruisers. And are we going to see some Seeker Missiles on those Corruptors? No, Ostojiy runs away. And, oh, wow, that's a lot of point defense drones, but they're a little bit out of position, to be honest. He should have put them more up here to help deal with the Corruptors. And I'm quite sure that does intercept Corruptor shots. Yeah, Corruptors is listed there. Bomber drops the command center and making it into a planetary fortress. Oh man, that is hilarious. We'll see if Ostojiy responds at all. The Spine Crawler is apparently just out of range, dropping some mules at the Zerg's expansion so he can mine from it. This base is going to go down once again. And does Ostojiy have any Banelings? He only has 1 Baneling. I feel like he needs to get at least a handful of Banelings to build his Marines, and then continue getting Corruptors to deal with the air. He is cleaning up the Battlecruisers, though, in spite of the inferior upgrades, because Corruption is a really, really good spell. Bomber falling back once again. This PF is done now. It's shooting away, but it will not be able to hit that Spine Crawler. Oh, Spine Crawlers have 7 range? Since when? Oh. I thought Spine Crawlers had range of 6. Oh, whatever. That's cool, I didn't know that. So they actually do outrange planetary fortresses, so if Ostojiy repositions that by like a hair, he'll be able to kill the planetary fortress eventually, unless the mules start repairing it. Anyways, we do have some Broodlords moving up. Finally seeing some Broodlords now. Still 3-2 now, so almost equal on upgrades, and 9 Vikings coming out. Wow. Bomber wants to get that air control back. Still has a really solid bio backbone to his army. And does Ostojiy... Okay, he still has 8 Infestors, so he will be able to get some fungals down on that bio. Pin it in place. Unless he retreats. Also a viable decision. And yeah, so these Broodlords slowly... Welcome to Mass Repair Kingdom. That is so many mules. Look at that HP rise. And yeah, that PF's going to take a while to die. And wow, it keeps it repaired long enough to kill the hatchery. Broodlings are going to come out and help. This is a very long game. The Spine Crawler slowly bleeding to death. If you don't burrow this wouldn't die, actually. They don't die if they're walking around off the tree. Very sad. And an Ultra here on hold position. He is on hold position micro. This Marine currently feels like the most powerful man in all of existence. I killed an Ultra. He was so terrified that he held still while I shot him with my C-14 Gauss rifle and then killed him. Man, how many shots would a Marine take to kill an Ultra? So 9 damage. Where's an Ultra? Versus 6. So 3 damage per shot. 500 health. I believe that would be 175 shots. if my math is roughly correct, which it probably isn't, but I know it would be more than 100 shots, because 100 shots would deal 300 damage. But we also have to factor in the regen. Bottom line, a single Marine would take almost infinity to kill a single Ultra, and apparently that just happened. Well, whatever. This is a crazy game. And oh wow, so many Vikings. Get some fungals. He gets some really good fungals that could change everything. Got lots of fungals getting down. Going to kill off quite a few of those Vikings. That is a nice windfall for Ostojiy. But choosing not to fungal anymore? Okay, there we go. Another fungal going down. I think this will kill them. Yep, there it goes. That one runs away. More fungals going down. And wow, Bomber just throwing away Vikings. But the roles are a little bit reversed now. Now Bomber has a significant bank, but Ostojiy does not. And does he have any mining? Okay, he has some going on here. This is pretty close to being mined out, though. Bomber has this one going, has it almost completely mined out. Wow, that went away fast. Looks like Ostojiy wants to retake this one, but has not yet. This one is going again after it's been sniped about 8 times. And once again, both players kind of sitting back going, okay, what do we do at this point? And, oh, got another nice worm coming in here. And there's 2 Ultras in there. We will see if the Masked Marines are able to kill the Ultras. No, they're running away. That Ultra doesn't get in time, and he gets shredded by bullets. Got more infestors here. Oh, nice fungals catching all those medevacs. A bunch of infested Terrans do go down. Another fungal, and he's going to clean up everything. Bomber just getting careless with his unit control and basically gifting units to Ostojiy. And look at those units lost count. 505 from a Terran? Those are the sorts of numbers you only ever see from a Zerg. We've got another battle cruiser out now. Still just a really nice big fireball for support. And Ostojiy gets a fungal down on the battle cruiser, throwing down some infested Terrans, but those are going to take about it forever to kill them. The battle cruisers fully upgraded have so much armor. But once again, stimming up, going to try to snipe this base. Ostojiy is here. It looks like he wants to defend. Throwing down a whole bunch of infested Terrans. Ultra is dealing tons of damage to these Marines, but they do not have infestor support. And they really need that to be effective. Big fungal going down, catching a lot of units. And Ostojiy eats those for breakfast. Or perhaps it's dinner, because this game's been going on for so long. Bomber deciding to do the Planetary Fortress Harass again, but why not? And he's going to need the income. He's very nearly dry. Yeah, he has nothing left here. He is actually completely mined out. The only income he has at this point is gas. So if Ostojiy can deny this, hopefully get a few Brood Lords out there, he could be in a position to take this game simply because he will be able to outlast his opponent. But losing this expansion again, I'm not... Oh, he has no fungals left. That's why he's running away. Oh, that is terrible. But this base is still going a little bit. Planetary Fortress is about to finish up. There is an Ultra working away at it. But Bomber is repairing it. Can he repair it fast enough? It's dying really fast. Upgraded Ultras deal tons of damage. More things dying in the center. I think those were SCVs, the final sacrificial SCVs. There are only 15 SCVs left and only 30 drones. 30 drones at the 46-minute mark, totally standard. Let's actually take a look at the... Oh my goodness. Wow, Ostojiy has killed 102 SCVs. That is insane. So yeah, this is completely mined out. He's just got even gas. Looks like the base is still alive, amazingly. Ostojiy really needs to look at getting some units over there, but yeah, he doesn't have the money to make Brood Lords. He actually has no gas income at this point. Is he completely out of gas? Oh man, yeah, this could be it for him actually, unless he can manage to retake this base. Looks like he's gonna try to. Let's take a look at the standing armies. So we have 6 Infestors, 6 Corruptors, bunch of Zerglings, 2 Ultras, 5 Queens. At this point we'll count them just because when a game is this close you have to count every unit. And Bomber has managed to retain a lot of his army, or is just able to outproduce his opponent. But Ostojiy does have a ton of units here now, is denying mining, and might be able to kill that base. We've got some Vikings coming in. There are only 3 medevacs left on the field, but a whole bunch of battle cruisers. Oh man, these battle cruisers could wreck everything. Ostojiy throwing down so many infested Terrans. He wants to hold this position. Should save some money for fungals to pin the battle cruisers in place. But look at how slowly they're dying. That is so many infested Terrans, and they are taking forever to kill the battlecruisers. Wow. It's because Ostojiy just didn't invest in the ranged upgrades. I think this is it for Ostojiy. Bomber has the superior standing army. He's got 7 medevacs now, so that will support his units forever against Zerglings. And Ostojiy does not have the gas to reproduce crucial units like infestors. And when you're dealing with just mineral-based armies, Terrans will win. Mass Marines is very superior to Mass Zergling, especially once you have medevac support. So, wow. Looks like Ostojiy might be positioning to try to take this base. The only thing I would say that would really save him at this point would be absolutely brilliant fungal. That's the only way I can see him coming back from this. But he just doesn't have an answer for these battlecruisers. And he needs to get some sustained gas mining. Oh, loses an infestor. Does get a fungal down, picks off some of the units. But he's running out of units, and GG. Bomber stays in the game for a few seconds to celebrate, and then quits out. Wow, that was a long game. Whew. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I personally loved seeing that Raven action. Hopefully Bomber continues to do that in the ZVT matchup, and maybe even figures out ways to incorporate it into the other matchups too. So, yeah, thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. And I just ripped off Husky. I apologize, Husky StarCraft. I just ripped off your outro. And I will see you guys later.